Hi, my name is Megan McAllister, and I am a current student and the class president of Wayne State University's Mortuary Science program. Before I begin answering a series of 3 questions, I'd like to take a moment and thank you for viewing my video and allowing me the opportunity for this scholarship. The first question is, with changes in the traditional funeral service and forms of disposition, why do you want to become a funeral director? I know that I want to become a funeral director because it has always been my calling and my passion. Throughout my life, I've had an intense need to comfort and to serve families in their darkest times. No matter what type of disposition, I feel like there'll always be a need for a funeral director. I know that cremation is on the rise, but even that won't stop me from becoming a funeral director. There is a value in meaningful ceremonies, and as a funeral director, that it is our job to talk to a family about the type of disposition they choose for their loved one and to let them know that no matter what they decide to choose, we will always honor that and always help them find and present to them a meaningful service. I possess qualities that make me a great funeral director, and I think that regardless of whether they choose burial or cremation, I'll always be able to help them and serve them my very best. The second question is, does distance learning have an impact on mortuary science students' educational experience? My answer is clearly, absolutely yes. I find nothing against distance learning, but not for mortuary science. Some of my prerequisites that I took before this program were distance learning, but I think that once you enter the mortuary science program, it has to be hands-on and interactive, which is exactly what Wayne State University offers. We learn from the very best here at Wayne State, and we have so many networking opportunities and with our instructors and with our peers, and just the small amount of time that I've spent with my class, which is about 30 to 40 students, I know that they will be peers that I work with throughout my time as a funeral director. So it's a great, great networking opportunity and a chance to build professional, strong relationships. I think that here at Wayne State University, we are taught from the very best. We have wonderful opportunities to go to other funeral homes as part of our schooling, and that helps us see a day-to-day basis of what a funeral home is like. And that's something that just can't be beat with a distance learning school. I think that as a funeral director, you meet with families face to face and you communicate with them face to face. So the best way to learn mortuary school is to be interactive and to work together. The third question is, many funeral firms now electronically live stream funeral services. What is your opinion of this practice and how will it affect funeral services? I see that there are pros and cons to live streaming funeral service. I'll start with my pros. Speaking from personal experience, as having previously served as an apprentice at a funeral home, I have served families that parts of their families could not be there for the funeral services, whether it was they were out of the country or it was a financial burden for them to travel. And the families that I have served have taken photos to share with the people who could not make it. Now, photos can't really beat what a live streaming funeral service would be. It would not only help the people who can't make it, but it would also feel like they are there in a way, and they are able to have a little bit of closure and to say goodbye. Some of the cons that I see through live streaming would be that it could diminish the role of the funeral director. Um, we wouldn't be an absolute necessity if a camera crew was able to start and stop the service. Um, Another con could be that it could disrupt the proper grieving process of losing a loved one, which is very important. We as funeral directors have to encourage being comfortable with the grieving process, and nothing can beat being able to be there in person and place your hand upon your loved one and see it with your own eyes and know that it's real. It can also give you the opportunity to appropriately express your feelings in an appropriate place. So thank you once again for watching this brief video.